Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video where we made the dog tag out of the Kennedy half dollar. I guess today we're going to do another project where we're going to be working with coin rings that really aren't coin rings. We're going to be using this silver Nevada proof quarter. You're not going to want to miss this. Don't go away. Hey everybody, it's Paul from Fat Guy Productions coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we're going to be coin ringing, kind of. We're actually going to make a coin ring. We're going to use a silver proof Nevada state quarter. And we're actually going to make it completely into a coin ring. But we're not going to stop there. We're then going to take it and convert it into a heart pendant. These things come out beautiful. They're perfect for these silver proof quarters. The women love them. It gives the ladies a chance to get in on coin rings if they feel like a coin ring on their hand is too kind of not right for them. So this is a way for them to get in on this and feel like they're part of it and stuff, and they can have something that they like and enjoy, and it's pretty, and it's really simple to make, and so we're going to go ahead and do that today. So let's get right to it. This is one of my favorite non-ring coin ring projects. I think these are beautiful for the women, and I think it really helps get them into the whole coin ringing thing. So we're going to start by basically making a coin ring out of a quarter. In this case, I'm going to be using a Nevada silver proof state quarter. Now, because it's silver, we can use the Sharpie trick. Just remember that this is a tiny little thin quarter, and it is going to anneal really quickly, so you have to be careful here that you don't screw up your coin. Go light. Like always, after annealing, we're going to go ahead and punch a hole in the coin. In this case, I'm going to be using my Jason's Works punch, and for this entire project, we're going to use the Harbor Freight Arbor Press. And you don't really need to worry too much about the size of the hole you're going to punch. Punch it pretty big because we're trying to make a delicate ladies' pendant here. Just make sure that the punch isn't going to take out anything integral like the state name or anything like that. And with the Nevada quarter, it's really beneficial to punch a big hole because the punch out is pretty unique. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. But anyhow, get your punch, get the coin set into it, get ready, and pop a hole through that sucker. You really have to love working with quarters because it's so easy and so quick and simple. And there's a nice neat hole punched right through the center of this quarter. Now here's the punch out, and if it'll focus, there we go. You can see it's a pack of wild horses. So by punching it a little bit bigger, we've got this nice little punch out that we can turn into like a pendant all on its own or a key fob or something. So another good reason not to obliterate that center. Now, following along with our norms, we're going to go ahead and take and deburr the cut edge of the coin. We want to get rid of any micro fissures or cracks that could cause us to split this coin into two pieces prematurely, I should say.
Alright, I'm back at the arbor press. I've got my Jason's Works die, and I got my, as always, stainless steel folding cone, and I'm going to make the very first fold here with that. Get everything lined up nice and square, and make a super easy fold. Again, if I say this a lot, it's because I mean it. Working with quarters is a breeze. Not everybody uses the same order I do. I always anneal, punch, and do my first fold. Then I will file the cut edge, and I will anneal again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this up with the files and make sure it gets another annealing before I continue on here. And back to the annealing here. Sharpie trick in play. Let's see how quick this goes. This is live, real time. And we're almost done already. Right about there is done. Look how fast that is. Especially if you're used to like annealing Morgans or even challenge coins. Back over at the arbor press, I'm in the die and I'm getting the coin leveled, and I'm going to turn to one of Neil Pippett's folding cones, and believe it or not, this will be the second and final push with a folding cone, and then I'll be done with this part of this. That's how easy quarters work. You can just crank quarters out all day long. So I like to fold until the sides of the coin are touching the cone, but don't squash down on it and destroy your detail. Alright, I'm going to do a lot of stretching here. Instead of shoving this through the Swedish wrap or anything like that, I'm not going to need to do anything like that. I'm going to go straight over to the ring stretcher. And because of that, I'm going to make sure that this ring is really, really, really happy and super annealed. So I'm going to anneal again. This might seem a little early, but I am going to do it because I don't want to screw it up at this point. Now, right here, because you can see the sides of the coin aren't touching the ring stretcher, I don't really need to do anything to protect the inside detail yet. And so with each little pump of the handle on the ring stretcher, I don't know if you noticed me doing this, I'm guiding the ring down, keeping it level, and also giving it the slightest bit of a turn so that the arms of the stretcher don't start to distort the coin. Once you start to feel a little bit of resistance, stop. You don't want to snap your ring. It's time to anneal again. But look at that, right? We're super, super close to what would be a perfect coin ring already. But what I need is I kind of need, if you looked at it closely, you saw it had sort of a little bit of a cone shape. I still need a cone shape, but I need it the other way around. I need the reeded edge to be narrower than the cut edge. So I'm just going to put it in the Durston and squish it down and kind of bring that reeded edge in a little bit. And if you look, it's not a lot, but you see how the reeded edge is a little bit pushed in more than the cut edge? That's what I'm looking for. And I'll show you why a little later. There's a reason for it. Okay, it's time to bust out your artist eye, because we have to figure out where we're going to split this coin at. You know, I want the state name on there and the date and all that. So those are going to go on the side of the heart. So I'm trying to find the center between the two sides. And when I find where that's going to be at, I'm going to make a little mark with my Sharpie so I know where I need to cut this. So this line represents what's going to be the top of the heart and where I cut it. And then we'll take it over to the vise and we'll cut this sucker in half. Alright, I'm going to snug this down into my my bench vise, and you notice I've got some oak jaws screwed into there so I don't screw up my ring. I'm not going to tighten it too tight. It looks like I'm tightening it more than I actually am. I'm just kind of trying to gauge it there. And this is not a coping saw. This is a jeweler's saw. So it's a little bit lighter, a little more delicate, and the blades are super, super fine. But it's going to make short work of cutting this ring in half. The trick to this thing is don't bear down on it at all. Just lay it on there and move it back and forth. Let the blade do the work, or you're going to be snapping blades like every 4 seconds because these things are like a hair. So just really gently let it go, back and forth, piece of cake. It's actually easier than it looks. Okay, there you have it. We've got the coin cut in half. We can take it out of the vise. And I'm actually going to just use my monkey fist here, and I'm going to kind of pull this apart a little bit. You can see the cut right there, right on my mark. Okay, and I'm going to separate this a little bit just by putting my fingers in there and pulling it apart. The trick kind of here is to not overdo it, because it would be a shame to snap this somewhere right about now after all this work you've done. I probably won't show you every time I go back to anneal, because that would be a lot. And right in this project, right where we're working now, this is really where we're gonna need to focus on keeping this metal soft, because we're gonna be doing a lot of work with it right here. So keep it nice and soft, keep it nice and annealed so you don't break it. Alright, this is as good a time as any to go ahead and file down the edges you just cut. You want to get the inside, the outside, all the way around, kind of round it over, soften it up. Remember, some delicate flower of a woman is going to be wearing this around her neck, and you don't want it like jabbing her in her throat and stuff, and that would be all bad. Real Valentine's Day buzzkill. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So now, if you remember, I had just annealed this before doing this filing. So I can actually kind of spread this apart even more now. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of straighten out the spine of this thing. It's okay if it has a mild arc to it, but for the most part, I'm trying to straighten out the spine. Not the ends. Leave the ends with their natural curve. Okay? And so you move your hands and your thumbs and where you're bending to kind of, open this up a little bit. And here you can, well, no, you can't see it because I'm an idiot and can't hold it in the camera shot, but maybe you can see it a little bit, Okay, so I've got it open, and now I'm going to take the center of it, I'm going to put it over a pencil. I found that works the best, and I'm just going to kind of bend it around this pencil. And the idea is I'm trying to get the bottom point of the heart right here. So I'm not trying to bend the sides. I want them to stay the way they are. I'm trying to bend this coin where it's touching the pencil. Nowhere else. Bring the cut end close together so that it looks a lot like this. And this is a much better job of holding the piece in camera view. All right, but now for the rest of it, you can't do it by hand. You're going to need some tools, needle nose pliers. I had Plasti dipped a pair, but I've lost those, so I'm going to just put some paper towels in there. And basically now what I'm doing is the cut ends, I'm trying to roll them around to the inside of the heart. You know how a heart's supposed to look, and you saw what I had. Those didn't come around inside enough, so I'm working them around, keeping the paper towel between the tool and the coin so I don't screw up my coin. I'm just kind of rolling them in gently, not overdoing it. Don't worry about bringing them together right now. We're just trying to roll them in. I'll try and line it up a little bit. Okay. And now I can kind of squeeze this whole sucker together a little, bringing the tips together. Because the cut is actually kind of a design feature and it's something we want, but it needs to be kind of together so that it's not always falling off the chain. So we do need to kind of have it together, and it helps line everything up. So this is kind of where the artistry comes in here. You're rolling those edges in, and you're bringing them together, and you're lining everything up until you get something that looks like a heart. And I think we're really, really close right here. I'm just going to kind of pinch that top shut a little bit more, being really gentle so I don't ruin the work. And you can see why we did so much annealing, right? We're really manhandling this poor little quarter. And there's what we were shooting for. See how I was rolling the tops in? Do you understand that now? I know, I probably said that like a moron or something like that. But at least now you get what I'm talking about. There you have it. Okay, now this is after I've put a polish on it. I have sanded, filed, I should say, where the tips of the heart come together. I've softened everything and made sure it's going to be comfortable for a woman to wear.
Okay, so there it is, shining like a penny. A little Nevada, the Silver State, pun intended, silver-proof state quarter. All right? In a heart-shaped pendant. This thing is beautiful. Any woman would love this, and it lets them get in on the coin ringing game. So give this one a try. I think you're going to like it. It's a lot of fun to make, and you can see the results. I'm going to sign off, but at the end of this, stay tuned, because I'm going to dress this up. I'm going to put it on its chain and stuff the way that I prefer to do it, so you can see the finished product, okay? So I'll post some real nice pictures of it after my little sign off here, but before the little logo comes in, so that you can see what I do. But that's really all there is to this thing, and it's a lot of fun, very popular. Word of note, this is not my design, okay? Another gentleman was making these a couple years back, and he kind of shared some of the secrets of making these with me, and I'm sharing it with you. I really wish I remembered his name so I could give him credit. If you're out there and you're watching, please let yourself be known. I would love to give you the thumbs up for everything that you did here. But anyhow, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, ask any questions, make any comments. I'm going to get out of here. This is Paul from Fat Guy Productions. Until next time, be good.